Some big news coming out for Social Security. If you're somebody that's been waiting to hear about the cost of living adjustment, that increase to Social Security benefits for retirement, SSI, SSDI, well, we're hearing it is official. That is going to be delayed. Some not so good news for those of you waiting to get information on that increase. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest headlines so I can share with you. I'm going to dive into the details. These articles are going to be linked in the description. As you know, I cite all the sources here on YouTube. And this article coming out from Reuters in the last 48 hours says the U.S. government shutdown, it will delay Social Security 2026 COLA announcement. Here's another one coming out from Newsweek. Social Security update. Government shutdown will delay the major announcement of the Social Security cost of living adjustment increase. So that increase, that annual increase to your checks, typically it's going to be announced on October the 15th. What we're hearing, it has been made official that even if the government was opened up today and Congress was able to come together and open things up and get things back on track as of today, October the 9th, 2025, they're saying the delay is too great now, that they will not make the deadline for the announcement for October 15th. Now, once Congress gets back on track, the government is yet again funded, and we're moving forward, I will be the first to hop on as soon as I find out, and I'll let you know when you're going to be able to find out when that announcement will be made and how much your Social Security increases will be. But as it currently stands, we do not know. Now, I'm going to dive into the details of what we do know. And also, just to clarify, so there is no confusion, there will not be a delay in the delivery of your Social Security checks. It is just a delay in the announcement of the increase that will be coming. Take a look. This is the official website for the United States Government Social Security Administration at ssa.gov. And you can see here in yellow on the top, Social Security and SSI payments will continue during the government shutdown. Visit My Social Security for online services, so your payments will continue to be distributed. However, the announcement for the increase that millions and millions of Americans are waiting for, we're hearing it will be delayed. So I'm going to dive into all the details so you know exactly what is going on. And there is a lot taking place right now with Social Security, Medicare. And if you appreciate the updates, do me a favor before we dive in. Take a quick second, hit the thumbs up like button. Now, I know this is not the news that anybody likes to hear, is that there's going to be delays in the announcement of the increase for Social Security. There's literally 70 million Americans that are waiting to get this information to find out if they're going to be getting an increase that's going to keep up with inflation. But if you appreciate staying up to date on everything, take a second, hit the like button, because it helps the channel. As we are live right now, it helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest updated information. Also, to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button? I'll keep you up to speed. Like I said, as soon as the government opens up and we get some information as to when the announcement's going to take place, I will report it to you right here on the channel. Now, in addition to that, I also wanted to mention something that is very important. That is that the Medicare's Board of Trustees has predicted that Part B premium will rise next year. It's projected to jump from $185 to $206.50, which is an 11% increase for 2026. Now, go ahead and take a look at this article here with me, and you can see it on the screen. Your Medicare costs are set to soar. What to expect over the course of the next decade. So unfortunately, we've got more news coming out about this. This is going to impact seniors both on original Medicare as well as Medicare Advantage plans. And if I scroll down here, you can see the charts of the projected increase. They're saying this is going to be just running away with price increases. So on a related note, it appears that many Medicare Advantage plans will also be discontinued next year as well. Take a look at this article. Medicare Advantage enrollment projected to fall in 2026. Big changes are going to be coming. So that means even if you like your current plan right now, your costs could be going up, and you could even lose out on the coverage you currently have, or your plan could just disappear entirely. That's why I'm telling my listeners to call my Medicare Partners chapter. You can see them on the screen. They're the only advisors who compare every plan nationwide to make sure that you have the plan that best fits your needs. On average, they're saving people $1,100. They've already helped out hundreds of people on my channel. In under 20 minutes, Chapter will review your options that are available to you. If you already have the best fitting plan for you for 2026, great. You're totally done. It's free. 20-minute call, spoke to a real person. But if not, and you want to make sure that you are not on the trajectory for the wrong plan, they'll help you switch over before rising costs hit your wallet. No gimmicks, just honest advice from people who know Medicare inside and out. They have already helped, like I said, hundreds of my listeners, actually thousands of my listeners here on my audience, and they're going to be able to help you out as well with one simple phone call. Just give them a call today at 984-375-0879. I'll also provide this information in the description to talk to a trusted advisor from Chapter. And Chapter, thank you for making that available today, as we are seeing some major changes coming for Medicare and Social Security. So again, that's going to be available to you, linked in the description below. You can also see it on the screen. Now, in regards to the government shutdown, Social Security cost of living adjustment, that annual increase for those on retirement, SSI, SSDI, the announcement is going to be delayed. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. And like I said, all these articles are going to be linked in the description below, citing all of the sources for you. And I also see there are some super chats that rolled in. Thank you so much for that. Freedom, $10 super chat. Steve, there will be a cost of living increase next year. I'm not worried about the government doing this little drama queen garbage like they always do. The increase is going to be crap anyways. And Freedom, thank you for that $10 super chat. And I would have to agree with you. A lot of people saying we need a $200 per month increase across the board. If you agree, drop a 200 in the comments. Maria, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for all that you do for us, keeping us informed. You are very welcome. Let's take a look at this so that way you can see exactly what is going on here. Now, this coming out in the last 48 hours, the U.S. government shutdown will delay Social Security 2026 COLA announcement. Now, millions of U.S. retirees and other Social Security recipients, they will have to wait for a while to learn how big their checks will be in 2026, as the ongoing partial government shutdown is set to delay the release of September's consumer inflation data. The Social Security Administration would have used the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers data from the third quarter of 2024 to the third quarter of 2025 to determine the annual cost of living adjustment for Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, benefits for next year. Now, the programs benefit older Americans who have retired from their jobs, as well as the disabled and certain widows, widowers, and children. Now, the COLA announcement, a widely anticipated event each October among the households relying on those payments, is typically made shortly after the Bureau of Labor Statistics releases September's CPI report. But the shutdown, triggered by a lapse in government funding amid a political standoff between Republicans and Democrats in Washington, has halted the collection and publication of that key economic data, including the closely watched employment report for September that was scheduled for release last Friday. September's CPI report is due on October 15th. Even if Congress reached a deal to reopen the government, a delay is still likely due to the time required for BLS to process the data. So even if they got their act together today, they're saying that they will not meet the deadline of the 15th. In 2025, more than 72.5 million Social Security and SSI beneficiaries received a 2.5% COLA increase. The Senior Citizens League, one of the nation's biggest senior groups, last month projected a 2.7% COLA raise in 2026, which would lift the average monthly benefit for retirees by $54 to $2,062 from $2,008. Now, consumer inflation accelerated in August as business passed on higher costs from President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs. Economists expect prices to increase further, arguing the full inflationary effect of tariffs, they are still not felt yet. So they are warning that the inflationary effects of tariffs still could be on the way, which means that those on Social Security, regardless of if it's retirement, SSI, SSDI, they are going to need that cost of living adjustment, because they're saying prices will be going up. Now, in addition to that, let's take a look at this article from Newsweek to get a little bit more information as well. Social Security update: government shutdown will delay the major announcement. Millions of Americans who rely on Social Security will have to wait longer to find out how much their benefits will rise next year, as the ongoing government shutdown delays key inflation data. The Social Security Administration uses September Consumer Price Index to calculate the annual cost of living adjustment, or the COLA, but the Bureau of Labor Statistics has halted data collection during the shutdown. Now, here's why it matters. The announcement, typically made in mid-October, determines benefit increases for more than 72 million retirees, disabled Americans, and survivors. Even if Congress reached a deal soon to reopen the government, officials say processing delays will likely push back the release of the inflation report and the long-awaited COLA update. Now, here's what to know. Millions of retirees and other Social Security recipients will have to wait longer to find out how much their 2026 checks will increase as a result of the government shutdown. While the SSA announces the COLA every October after the release of the Bureau of Labor Statistics September CPI report, the shutdown will mean the economic data won't be released on Friday as scheduled unless Republicans and Democrats end their political standoff. However, even if the government shutdown ends, the COLA announcement could still experience a delay as workers are required to process the economic data. Now, this was released October 7th. It is currently October 9th, and we're hearing that it is official. There will be a delay. Now, while the delay of the COLA announcement for Social Security recipients may not feel like a big deal, it can be for seniors who budget well in advance with limited income. The Social Security Administration announces in October of each year of the cost adjustments recipients can expect to receive for the coming year. Alex Bean, a financial literacy instructor at the University of Tennessee at Martin, told Newsweek. Now, this is pivotal for many, especially in times like these when inflationary pressures play such a key role in affordability for millions of Americans. Any delay to the announcement could produce headaches for beneficiaries wanting to outline what their cost of living would be in 2026 compared to what income they can expect from the program. Now, in 2025, more than 70 million Social Security and SSI recipients saw a 2.5% COLA to their benefits. So that was that increase of 2.5%. So how long will this government shutdown last? How long will it take before we find out what that increase is officially going to be? So far, it is unclear how much longer the government shutdown will last between Congress and Republicans and Democrats. President Donald Trump said on Monday that his administration is in talks with Democrats over the main issue in the standoff, which is health care subsidies. The standoff marks the first government shutdown in nearly 7 years. We want great health care for people, Trump told reporters on Monday. We don't want to give the money away to other people that come pouring into our country. We have a negotiation going on right now with the Democrats that could lead to very good things. I'm talking about good things with regards to health care. Now, are Social Security payments impacted by the government shutdown? The SSA said last week, and we just saw it on their official website, that benefits and supplemental security income payments, they will continue during the government shutdown. We want you to know that during the federal government shutdown, payments to all people who currently receive Social Security benefits and supplemental security income, or SSI, they will continue with no change in payment dates. You will still receive your payments on time, the SSA said in a press release. However, the SSA noted that they cannot provide proof of benefit letters or update or correct earnings records, adding that these in-person services will resume when the federal government is operating normally. Offices will also not be able to replace a Medicare card. So here's what people are saying. Kevin Thompson, the CEO of 9i Capital Group and the host of the 9 Inning podcast, told Newsweek the government is no longer producing economic data. So the COLA is going to have to wait until the government reopens. Once the shutdown is over, we should see numbers come across the tape, or we may have to wait an additional month to get new data points. Either way, the numbers will eventually be delivered. Wow, potential delay of up to a month. That is pretty wild. Drew Powers, the founder of Illinois-based Powers Financial Group, told Newsweek, at this time, we can expect a delayed announcement in the COLA figures. However, Social Security beneficiaries should receive the increase as scheduled. This will make it a little harder to plan ahead for 2026, but should not affect the actual payment. So they're saying that even though the announcement will be delayed, that this should not affect when it is applied to your checks as we enter into 2026. Michael Ryan, a financial expert and the founder of the MichaelRyanMoney.com, told Newsweek, the real risk isn't the announcement, it's the processing. If a shutdown drags past January, you might see delays in new benefit applications or appeals, but your monthly check, that's protected mandatory spending. It's like worrying the sun won't rise because Congress can't pass a budget. So here's what happens next. Thompson said that the bond market could experience increased volatility due to the delay in releasing the data. The latest ADP report already signaled continued stress in the labor market, so policymakers will need updated data before determining their next move on interest rates, Thompson said. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that they're going to end this government shutdown this month, in the month of October? If you think so, put yes. If you think no, put no. Let me know your thoughts. Now, we're hearing that as of today, October the 9th, doesn't look like we are anywhere closer to having this resolved, but hopefully we will soon, because we need to find out what that increase is, what the CPI data reading is, to get that final number for the cost of living adjustment. So seniors, those on SSI, SSDI know exactly what to expect going into 2026. But at this time, we're still waiting, and it is October the 9th. These articles were released October the 7th. In the last 48 hours, nothing has changed. They're saying delays are on the way. Freedom, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says COLA increase every year is only to cover the cost of increasing, and you don't make any more money and you don't get an increase in Social Security. It's quite obvious. Yes, totally agree. That is why a lot of people are saying that they need that $200 per month increase across the board, because it's just trying to keep up with the cost of living, just with inflation. You're not getting any further along. It's just goods and services cost a little bit more, so they're giving you a little bit more to just basically stay in the exact same place. But they're saying that it's not even keeping up with inflation. And if you think that you need more, put it in the comments. A lot of people saying they'd like to see that Social Security Expansion Act, $200 per month increase included. Now, we will see. Donald Trump has said that he wanted to make big changes to Social Security. One of that was eliminating taxes on the benefits as people receive them. And we saw that take place in that big, beautiful bill. Roughly 90% of recipients no longer have to pay taxes as a result of the deduction that was added of $6,000 that is going to be applied to benefits. Now, there are still some that have to pay those federal benefits. Roughly 10% was left. However, we're hearing that they're still striving to even help out that last 10% to wipe out taxation. But the next thing would be an increase. I'm hearing a lot of people on Social Security are saying that would be nice. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date. And also, when we get that cost of living adjustment increase ready to go and they announce it, I'll be sure to share here on the channel so that way you know exactly what you can expect for Social Security going into 2026. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, these articles are going to be linked in the description below. And if you need help with Medicare, again, check out my friends over at Chapter. Give them a call. A 20-minute call could save you thousands of dollars. On average, they're saving people $1,100, and we're hearing there are going to be big changes coming to Medicare. A lot of programs are going to become obsolete. Prices are going to go up. And if you're not on the right program, it could cost you. So a 20-minute call could save you $1,100 a year. They've already helped out hundreds, if not thousands, of people here on my channel. Give them a call at 984-375-0879. It's totally free. Speak to a real person. Find out what program is best for you. Thank you to Chapter making that available at this critical time right now, as there is a lot of changes to Social Security and Medicare taking place. But that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out those links in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.